Evans Mills Raceway Park. Here come your Oswego small block super modifieds. Give them a wave, everybody. They're going to be waving back at you. It's some of the fastest cars we have here this year. Their only appearance in the 2,350-pound, 350 cubic inch, 57% left side weight, and a lot of talented drivers in there, and they are going to be rattling as they go around this time. Already talked that we might see them more here next year. Mike Bruce and Russ Bartlett going to pace the field. Brad Berry taking a look. The green flag is out. And right on the first lap, Bartlett and Mike Bruce are going to try and stay together. You got Mike Pisa, and we got a yellow already as problems near the back. Babcock involved. Way up on the turn number 2, we've got a car off. Looks like that might be O'Connor in the 90. And the 88 of Brian Langer, or 86 rather, Brian Haynes getting caught up in that. 5 laps to go, and here they come out of turn number 4. And Russ Bartlett staying right with the 04 of Mike Bruce as they head through the first turn. Bartlett now backing off a bit, and Pisa tries to scoot in there. You've got the outside car in the outside lane of the 03 of Griffin Miller, so you've got two Bartlett cars back to back. You've got Russ Bartlett in second, Griffin Miller in third, and then Tony Pisa in fourth, Cameron Rowe fifth. Mike Bruce, meanwhile, has got the lead up front. Mike Bruce out of Oswego has won a number of races at the Oswego racetrack. The Steel Palace has also been in contention here a few times, but he hasn't been able to keep the car together. So now we're going to see if he can hold on to it for tonight as he actually starts to pull away from the field a little bit. So Bartlett in second, Griffin in third, Miller in third, Griffin Miller. Heading down the front straights, Tony Pisa holding on, Cameron Rowe holding on. Right now, none of the drivers are making a whole lot of use of that track compound back up there in that second line. Might not be working as good for these small blocks as it does for the modifieds or for the super stocks. Well, one thing is for sure, the 04 of Mike Bruce is fast. He just turned a 15.116. 15.116 for Mike Bruce in the 04, and he's pulling away from the second place car of Russ Bartlett. Bartlett trying to stay with him in the 02. Griffin Miller right there in the 03. No change in the top 5. And Mike Bruce is getting faster. 15.057. He had the fastest lap of the race earlier. He's got the fastest lap of the race again. They're starting to come up on lap traffic now. The number 93 of Steve Wood out there. And there goes Bruce to the inside of Wood. They had a discussion in the driver's meeting of where the lap car should go. And generally they said stay down low, but that's not happening here as Steve Wood stays out of people's way on the high side and everybody gets by all safely. Mike Bruce, Russ Bartlett, Griffin Miller, Tony Pisa, Cameron Rowe. And the field all goes by. Babcock running in 6th. We got some racing going on in the back of the field as the 6th place car of Babcock and the 39 of Travis Bartlett having a little bit of racing back there. Nothing changed in the top 5, and you can see the lead that Mike Bruce has. You got the 2 Bartlett cars. You got Russ Bartlett in second, Griffin Miller in third. And then it's another 2-pack right behind them with Tony Pisa and Cameron Rowe. Mike Bruce that last lap, 15.242, but he's got a pretty big lead. He doesn't need to be charging too hard here. 22 laps left to go in this feature race. 22 laps left as we are approaching the halfway point. And Mike Bruce has pretty much been the class of this field here tonight. Tony Pisa in the 4th place spot. Looked to be moving to the outside of Griffin Miller in the number 39. Pisa now trying to put a little pressure on the 39. Not really able to get his nose up in there. Here's more lap traffic for Mike Bruce to deal with. And one more time to the inside of Steve Wood. Steve Wood doing a good job out there in the 93, staying out of everybody's way. There goes Russ Bartlett to the inside, Griffin Miller to follow him. And then Tony Pizza and Cameron Rowe right behind them as they all get by on the inside coming out of turn number 4. And Mike Bruce's lap times are slowing down, a 15.4 on that last lap, 15.40. But again, he has a comfortable lead, and Mike Bruce gets around lap traffic at the bottom. That is Mark Denny in the number 14 this time, and the lap traffic is choosing to go to the high side. So Denny stays up high, so Bartlett and Griffin Miller can get underneath. We are halfway home. 17 laps to go for Mike Bruce. Ever since that restart, it has been green, green, green all the way. And Mike Bruce has been the class of the field. Just turned in a 15.318. Bartlett trying to close the gap if he can in second, not really able to get any closer. He's having all he can do to hold off Griffin Miller. The Bartlett crew having 3 cars here tonight. Griffin Miller getting the ride in the 03. Griffin doing double duty tonight with 2 different classes. And Mike Bruce coming up onto another lap car, and this time it's Babcock in the number 15. That is the number 28, rather, of Stan Gates. Stan Gates in the 28. There goes Babcock in the 15. He's a little farther back in the field. So Stan Gates is watching traffic go by on the inside, and that gives the 03 of Griffin Miller. He has pulled right up to the backside of the 02 of Russ Bartlett. If anybody's going to make a move, it might be Griffin Miller. Mike Bruce has seen his lead evaporate a little bit. Turned in a 15.432 that last time. Bartlett is faster in the 02, a 15.218 for him. So almost 0.2 of a second for Bartlett, and they are starting to run down the leader. Mike Bruce in the 04. Russ Bartlett and Griffin Miller. We're coming up on 10 laps to go, and Bartlett and Miller want to make a race out of this one. 10 laps to go this time by. Mike Bruce has led from the start of this race, but his lead is gone. Russ Bartlett is right there in the 02. Griffin Miller in the 39, and Griffin Miller is getting through 3 and 4 pretty quick. Not able to get out of the turn as fast as Bartlett. And now Mike Bruce, we're going to see if he was really slowing down or if he's going to turn up the wick a little bit. He's got to know he has company. These cars do not have mirrors. But you can hear the guy back there when he's behind you, and we're going to see if Mike Bruce is hearing a whole lot as they head down the backstretch. Bruce now turning up the wick just a little bit as they come out of turn number 4 with 7 laps to go this time by. 7 to go. Bruce with the lead. Bartlett in second. Griffin Miller in third. Your top 3 all by themselves. And once again, Mike Bruce lengthens out that lead just a little bit. We've got more lap traffic that might play into this one before this one's over. They are coming up again on the 93 of Steve Wood. There goes Mike Bruce to the low side. Oh, we got Griffin Miller get into the back of Russ Bartlett, and Miller had to hang on the brakes. And I think Griffin Miller in the 03 is looking for racing room out there, trying to get by the 02 of Russ Bartlett. 5 laps to go this time, and now it is 4 to go. 4 laps to go for Mike Bruce. The number 39 of Travis Bartlett on the high side, just trying to stay out of the way. Travis Bartlett pulling into pit lane. Mike Bruce continues to lead, sneaking up now on Brian Haynes in the number 86. Griffin Miller all over the back of the 02 of Russ Bartlett. 3 laps to go now for Mike Bruce. It'll be the popsicle sticks in the air this time. And Brian Haynes on the low side. Mike Bruce trying to get underneath. There's the 2 laps to go for Mike Bruce. Oh, they almost made contact going into turn 1. Mike Bruce cutting off the 86 of Brian Haynes and the 02 of Russ Bartlett and the 03 of Griffin Miller. Here is the white flag. One more lap to go for Mike Bruce. He has led from the start of this one. Half a lap now for Mike Bruce. Who's it going to be, Evans Mills? It's going to be Mike Bruce out of Oswego in the 0-4. Russ Bartlett for second. That is the 0-3 of Brian Haynes for third. Cameron Rowe brings it home in the 5th place spot. Tony Pisa 6 in the number 86, and we'll head down trackside. Well, thank you, Jay. We're down here in Victory Lane, the JS Paving out of Oswego, New York. Mike Bruce and a pretty excited crew coming down. Some with 2 legs, some with 4 legs to greet Mike Bruce here in Victory Lane. I think it wore him out just a little bit. That was a long green flag run. Mike Bruce out of the car, your winner for the fall brawl here at the Evans Mills Raceway Park, representing the Oswego Small Block Super Modifieds. I didn't know if you were going to kiss the dog or not. Mike having a pretty tough weekend at the Small Block Super Modified International Classic Labor Day weekend. This has got to help a little bit. Mike Bruce, your winner here tonight. Well, Mike, things got interesting with about 10 laps to go. They caught up to you. Did you hear him back there?
Is it your brother?
No, I didn't hear anybody. I started catching the back of the pack a little bit, and I figured that Russ and them were on me, and we started loosening up. I think I started playing a little cautious towards the end, just trying to hold on to my spot, and we were definitely loosened up. The tires were getting a little slick, hot, and lap traffic was a little wild. So this little dude right here was actually the kid that pulled my starting spot tonight, and I went up and I found him in the stands, and I thanked them, gave him a fist pump, and here he is, Victor Lamb with us. So this is sweet. This whole speedway, everything that you guys are doing to this place is just phenomenal. We can't wait to come back here again. It's such a blast. Good car counts, modifieds. Mr. Lee, he's been absolutely phenomenal to work with. I'm stoked for next year. It's going to be a heck of a time. So he's got big plans, and I'm 100% supporting that guy. So we're stoked for next year.
Well, speaking of coming back, I know you said you'd like to come back and do more than one race here. Do you think that's a possibility?
For sure. We're going to. I'm sure I'll be on the phone with Mr. Lee Monday morning. So we'll see what goes on, and hopefully we get a couple shows earlier in the year. And he's got some big plans to try getting some stuff during the middle of the season. So we're planning on making a few shows back here and try getting asphalt. I mean, look at these grandstands. This is phenomenal. Thank you all, you guys, for showing up tonight. We appreciate it, all of us racers and the track owners, everything. So I got to thank Chewy and Tim and Jody. They own the race car, let me drive this thing all year. Pretty spoiled and to have this opportunity. My girlfriend, she's amazing. We've been racing all the time. My mother, father, sister, and brother. Robbie the wrench, this little man, he turns wrenches all the time. Dan Denny, Cameron Rowe, the whole group of people that we have right now with this racing gig that we're doing. It's a big group family, and we're having an absolute blast.
Well, congratulations, Mike Bruce. This is a guy that puts this traveling series together. You want to see him back, make sure you talk to him. I think we got a 50-50 ticket going to be drawn soon. Mike, you're going to make somebody real happy here. I know we got over $1,000 in that. We're going to draw it now.